What's up, everybody? I'm Brett Medlock.
I'm Curtis.
And today I just wanted to talk about one of my favorite games of all time. Because I never, I talk about it to you guys, but I never get to express to the world how much I love Resident Evil 4. And you love this game, too.
I do. I've played it a lot of times.
I've literally played this game, and I'm not even exaggerating when I say this. I beat it on GameCube over 70 times. On my save file, it was like 76. And then
I had like 10 or something.
Yeah, my brother had like 20. And then I played it on Wii like 9 times more.
So you have all the dialogue memorized.
Basically. And then with Andrew, my friend who's sometimes on here, he was playing the Wii version, and we had a PS2 in his room because I used to live with him. And I bought the PS2 version, even though I've played it 100 times, just to see what was different in the PS2 version. Well, and the PS2 version had the extra stuff, but the Wii version did too. We played side by side together. Like, I would play the PS2, he'd play the Wii, and we just, for no reason, would play through the game together in, like, the same chapters. And I just have so many memories with this game. This is actually my original case. This was Bob's. Bob, if you're watching this. This was your Resident Evil 4 case. That's now mine for some reason. And what I think is funny is it says only for Nintendo GameCube. And it ended up coming out on like every single platform imaginable. It came to 360, Xbox. Wait, did it come to the original Xbox?
No.
I don't think it did. It came to PS2, PS3, PS4, Xbox 360, Xbox One, iPhone. Pretty much everything imaginable.
You didn't say PlayStation 4.
I did.
I don't know, man.
And it came to PC.
We'll look back.
So yeah, do you have any memories with this game? And what are your most fond memories? I have a memory with you with this game.
What is that?
You calling me every time you got stuck the first time you played it, whenever we were like 11 or 12 years old.
Okay, I remember I played through it so many times, I can barely remember my first time.
I remember you just calling me and asking me stuff, and I could like barely remember because I just played it for the first time. And then you played it, and I kept asking Bob what to do. You kept asking me what to do, and I don't know. It's just really awesome. Like this game, just looking at this cover brings back so many memories.
Yeah, I remember. I remember like the first part was the hardest part.
Oh my
of
god!
The whole game.
This little chainsaw guy.
Yeah,
it was scary too. Yeah. A lot of people, I feel like Brandon Sheeg, if you're watching this, he died. He bought the game and he died at the very beginning, and he never really tried it again until like we became friends with him, which was years later. And I still don't think he's beat it. Brandon, you need to get to it. But yeah, the chainsaw guy at the very beginning, like such a hard opening, especially since like the controls were like way different than any other game. You aimed with R and shot with A, which I think is weird.
I remember all the 3 different. So they got the village, the castle, and the island. And what's your favorite one?
I like the village the best.
The village is cool. I like the castle the most.
Really? The castle's my least favorite.
Really?
Because I would always. I don't like that setting as much as like the
That's
woods
my favorite
and
setting.
the houses and the war zone.
I like big buildings.
He loves the architecture in video games.
Yeah.
Just looking at
castles. I remember, like, I would always, like, just stand there in the castle and, like, you hear, like, noises in the distance and, like, things hitting the floor and...
Yeah.
Like...
So many... Like, this game was packed full of secrets and nooks and crannies and...
Yeah.
Like, I love how much is like, packed into just the single-player campaign. And that's not even adding on like the Mercenaries mode and the other modes that came, like Assignment Ada, and then in the PS2 version they brought on the separate ways.
And there was a lot of different kinds of enemies, which was cool.
Yeah.
Like in the basement, those spiders, and then or in the dungeon.
Yeah, like those things that like sprayed on you. Like
those things.
Your face would melt away. Literally, you'd see Leon's skull. I love how dark it is too. Like. This was such a...
What are those big things with the 3 hearts or whatever?
Oh, I can't remember what they were called.
They were creepy, though. We were scared of them.
Yeah, like the things that walk towards you and, like, whisper.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Oh, those are called, like, Iron Maidens. The ones with the spikes are called Iron Maidens. But the ones without them, I can't remember. But yeah, like, so this was one of the first Resident Evil games that I actually super loved. I liked, like, Resident Evil 1 and 2 and 3. I played them when I was younger with my brother. But this one I loved so much that I actually went back and played all those ones again when I was older because of this one. And I just fell in love with the series ever since then.
I think number 4 is the best one.
Number 4 is, without a doubt, still the best Resident Evil, but Resident Evil 7 is on the horizon. It actually comes out today, I think. This is a perfect day to post this video. Resident Evil 4, it's corny, the setting's awesome, the characters are awesome, the bosses are so good, the just everything about it. I can't even express how good this game is, and a lot of people have not played it. But yeah.
You like the boss fights?
Oh yeah. Like, first off, what's his name? Leon calls him the Big Cheese, but I can't remember his name. In the firehouse.
Yeah.
Like, that was so scary at first. And then when he gets on the ceilings, like the rafters, starts crawling around. That guy, and then Salazar.
The lake.
The lake. That's, like, so iconic.
Yeah.
And, like, not even to mention the gun progression. Like, why hasn't a Resident Evil game done that since this one? And the fact that you can pause the game and set up your inventory and combine stuff. I like that better than, like, live stuff. Like, with Resident Evil 5, you had to do everything on the run.
Why are you letting me taking a drink?
Because the way you looked at the camera right before you took it.
I didn't know how to take a drink in front of the camera.
But yeah, the gun progression system, the way you upgrade every single aspect of the gun and then you get an exclusive on it.
Yeah.
Like, it's awesome. Why did they get rid of that stuff?
I don't know. I would have liked that too.
Why can't we just have this game exactly, just with better graphics and a different story? Like, this is all I want. And I've never gotten that ever since.
Like this style of game, yeah.
Yeah. The closest thing I've gotten to it is the Evil Within, and, like, it's just not the same. Like, I just love this game. I
think with gun progression and collecting, like, money...
Yeah, and, like,
I think
items.
Tomb Raider might be a little close.
Especially the first Tomb Raider, well, the reboot. The second I started playing that, it reminded me of Resident Evil 4. I remember writing that. Because you're on this, like, creepy island, and that one actually had a way more horror aspect to it.
Yeah.
And survival, a lot more like Resident Evil than Rise of the Tomb Raider did. But yeah. No game quite like it, though.
No.
And it started a trend. Like, I remember there's, like, a Gears of War, like, higher up who said that Resident Evil 4 was a huge inspiration for that whole series. Because a lot of people forget that this game actually uses a lot of, like, cover-based, like, third-person mechanics.
I'm really impressed with Capcom's GameCube days.
Yeah, well, famous saying, the Capcom 7, I think, or something like that. There were 7 games exclusively for GameCube. I think only, like, 5 of them came out, but they announced, like, 7 exclusives. And I remember Killer 7 was one of them, which was awesome. I don't know if you ever played it. And then Resident Evil 4 was one of them, and I can't remember any of the other ones. I think it was, like, DMC. But yeah, I love Resident Evil 4. You do too. Yeah. I remember seriously discussing that we were all 4 going to get this tattoo on us. Just the 4.
Yeah.
Remember that? You were going to get this right here, but you got that instead.
Would you have regretted that?
Probably not. I kind of still want to. Just look at it. That's a cool 4.
Yeah.
But yeah. Resident Evil 4 is one of the best games ever made. In my top 3, without a doubt. Have you played Resident Evil 4? Let us know in the comments.
For a long time, Resident Evil 4 was my top game. But lately, there's been some games that have been pretty comparable.
This is a good idea. What game do you think has outdone Resident Evil 4 since it came out?
Because for a long time, I always said Resident Evil 4 is my favorite.
Yeah.
But, like, with the newer, updated graphics... I don't know how to compare them because...
Well, this at that time looked amazing, you remember?
Yeah, so I don't know how to compare. It still looks pretty good.
Yeah, it doesn't look bad.
But
kind of grainy and brown, but...
Yeah. But, like, I loved the Tomb Raiders. I loved the Uncharted series. I loved The Last of Us.
Yeah, The Last of Us.
those
one
games
that's beat this one.
While I was playing those games, I might have had thoughts of these maybe better than Resident Evil 4.
All right, that's cool. We're running out of time, so we actually got to go.
Okay, bye.
I'm Brett Medlock. He's Curtis Slimmy. We'll talk to you guys later.
Mm-hmm.